Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Kanzinger, or as a lot of the students like to call me, Mr. K. Now, before I get started talking about the different classes, we're going to play a little game that I'm going to call Mr. K by the numbers. So what we're going to do is come up with some important numbers here. So the first number is going to be 29. And 29, that's the number of years I've been teaching. Or I should say this is the 29th year, the start of the 29th years. So I've been at this quite a while, teaching both in the classroom and as an elected teacher. I've been at Cape Fear Academy 18 years. So been here for quite a while as well. I started out in the first grade classroom and about 12 years ago started doing some electives. 3. That is the number of alumni children that I have. So my daughter Ellen, she graduated in 2014. My daughter Megan, she graduated in 2016, and my son Eric graduated in 2018. So I've been on both sides. I've been a teacher, I've been a parent, so I know a little bit about what you're all going through. This is my wife, who also works at CFA. She works over in the theater department, where she is the production coordinator, and she also does costumings and helps build sets and just lots of things she does around the school. So what we can see from these numbers is, first of all, I'm getting a little bit old, but second of all, I've got a lot of years of experience of teaching, and it's something that I love to do. Robotic gamification. What is this class? Well, it's a combination of two sort of big topics: robotics, gamification. By gamification, what I'm talking about is this educational theory about using games to teach. It could be video games, it could be board games, it can be the construction of these games. But games are something that children enjoy, that students like to do, and so how can you take that, just take those games and turn them into a learning tool? And robots, we know what those are, right? The robots that we're going to use are the EV3s that are made by Lego. And the advantage that we have with the EV3s is, while there are building instructions that you can follow to create specific robots, the set itself is set up to be something where you can use your imagination to create whatever you want. So what are we going to do? We're going to start by learning how to program, and we're going to program in Scratch. And the great thing about Scratch is, one, it's block programming. So we're not going to have to learn about code, we're not going to have to learn about scripting, where all the syntax and rules. But instead we're going to use this block programming, which still allows for a lot of programming concepts, things like variables, loops, if-then statements, and the like. But the other advantage of Scratch is not only is it easy to learn and difficult to master, but it can interface with the EV3s, which means I can program within Scratch for an EV3. So in this video up here, what you're seeing is a little flight stick that I made, and as I move it right and left, the rocket is going back and forth as well. And there's also a little button on the top there, and the button, when I press it, creates the firing that happens in the game. So, knowing that, we are now going to take, okay, we are going to learn how to build robots, we're going to learn how to program. Now let's combine those two and come up with a game that uses the robots in an imaginative way.